Let's talk about loading strategies. So this is how you're gonna find the right weight and progress it from set to set and then week to week. So really there's three main loading strategies that I'm gonna talk with you about today. The first one being flat loading. And this is where you use the same weight each set. So arbitrary numbers, but 100 pounds each set. If you get the desired number of reps, say it's 10 reps, 3 sets of 10 for the phase that you're in. If you get all 3 sets of 10 reps with this weight, then the next week you would go up 5 to 10 pounds each set. Okay, so next week you would go 105, 105, 105. The following week, if you get all those numbers, 110, 110, 110, and so on. So that's flat loading. It's a great way to build volume, and especially if you're doing higher repetitions, it's a great way to get a stimulus for muscle growth. Ramp loading is the second loading strategy, and this is where you're gonna start with an easier weight and then build up to a more challenging weight. Now, all of these, whenever we load weight up, we're gonna use the weight based off of RPE, rate of perceived exertion. How difficult do you find the weight to be? Do you interpret it to be? So if we look at this is a general RPE scale that I use with my clients. 7 is a medium weight, 8 is hard, 9 is really hard, 10 means that it's maximum effort. That's where you start to take a little bit slower on the way up. The way to think about this is, when you're beginning a new block or a new routine, you want to build up at the end of the workout. You want to find a challenging weight. You want to build up to like a level 8 out of 10. And then as the weeks go by, you would want to progress. So for like flat loading, your 8 out of 10 might be 100, but you want to leave room to progress. The next week, you get to 105. The third week, you get to 110 for each set. Maybe that's a 9 out of 10. You're now at that really challenging weight. So you want to leave room to progress. With the ramp loading strategy, this is where you would use this strategy when you're trying to build strength. So the reps are low and you're aiming to build strength each week. So you're trying to boost the weight per set each week. So, for week 1, maybe you got 100, 110, 120, then you go 125, 130. You're gonna add 5 to 10 pounds per set. 10 pounds when the sets are lighter, the beginning sets, and then as the weight starts getting heavier, build up 5 pounds per set. Now, if you're doing leg exercises for these sets, you could jump up 20 pounds and then 10 pounds as you go. But generally speaking, it's 5 to 10 pounds per set. The following week, if you hit all these numbers, then your goal would be to go up just about 5 pounds. But it'll be 105, 115, 125, 130, and you get the idea, 135. Then the following week, if you hit all those numbers, you try to boost all of these sets up by 5 pounds. The final loading strategy is wave loading. And this is a classic wave loading pattern with a higher number, lower number, lower number. That's one wave. And then you go into the second wave. So your set of 5 is, you start with 100. For a set of 3, you go into 110. For your set of 1, you go to 120. So the weight, you add weight per set as the reps go down. And then in that second wave, you want to boost the weight that you did in the first wave by a little bit. Again, 5 to 10 pounds for that second wave and leave room to progress. And it's just a different way to load. It's another way to build strength, and it's a way to almost trick the body into doing more weight, because you go from doing something that's really heavy with a lower rep, and then you go back into doing something with a lighter weight, and your body just lifted a heavier weight, so you go into this lighter weight, and it feels a little bit lighter. So there's some benefits to doing that. Okay, those are the 3 different loading strategies. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment or message me.